जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद गदाधर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Shri Shri Gauranitai. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar, Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायस्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवति उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. So we are reading from chapter 81. So welcome everyone for today's Bhagavatam class. So 81st chapter, shloka number 1 and 2. We'll read the summary also first. Okay. The Lord blesses Sudama Brahman. This chapter describes how Lord Krishna ate a morsel of the flat rice brought by his friend Sudama and bestowed upon him wealth greater than that of the king of heaven. In the course of his loving talks with his friend Sudama, Lord Krishna said, "My dear Brahmana, have you brought any gift for me from home? I regard as very significant even the smallest offering from my loving devotee." But the poor Brahmana was ashamed to present Krishna with his mere gift of flat rice. However, since Lord Krishna is a super soul dwelling in all hearts, he knew why Sudama had come to visit him. So he grabbed the bundle of flat rice Sudama was hiding and ate a handful of it with great pleasure. He was about to eat a second morsel when Rukmini Devi stopped him. Feeling as if he had gone back to Godhead, Sudama spent that night comfortably in the Lord Krishna's palace, and the next morning he set off for home. As he passed along the highway, He thought of how fortunate he was to have been so honored by Sri Krishna. Absorbed in this meditation, Sudama arrived at the place where his home used to be, and he was struck with great wonder. Instead of his broken down hovel, he saw a series of opulent palaces. While he stood astonished, a group of beautiful men and women came forward to greet him with singing and music. The Brahmana's wife, wonderfully adorned with celestial jewelry, came out of the palace and welcomed him with great love and reverence. Sudama entered his home together with her, thinking that this extraordinary transformation must have been due to the Supreme Lord's mercy on him. From then on, Sudama lived his life amidst lavish wealth, yet he manifested his mood of detachment and constantly chanted the glories of Lord Krishna. In a short time, he broke off all bonds of bodily attachment and attained to the kingdom of God. Now we'll read text number 1 and 2. थोड़ा इसको ठीक कीजिए. उसको आप पीछे करना. Text number 1 and 2. श्री-शुका सैथम द्विजा-मुख्येन सह saṅkathayan हरिः sarva-bhūta-mano bhijñaḥ smayamāna uvāca brahmaṇyo brāhmaṇaṁ kṛṣṇo bhagavān prahasan priyam premṇā nirīkṣaṇenaiva prekṣan khalu satāṁ gatiḥ śrī-śuka itthaṁ dvija-mukhyena saha saṅkathayan hariḥ sarva-bhūta-mano bhijñaḥ smayamāna uvāca brahmaṇyo brāhmaṇaṁ kṛṣṇo bhagavān prahasan priyam premṇā nirīkṣaṇenaiva prekṣan khalu satāṁ gatiḥ śrī-śuka itthaṁ dvija-mukhyena saha saṅkathayan hariḥ sarva-bhūta-mano bhijñaḥ smayamāna uvāca brahmaṇyo brāhmaṇaṁ kṛṣṇo bhagavān prahasan priyam premṇā nirīkṣaṇenaiva prekṣan khalu satāṁ gatiḥ. Śrī-śuka Yes. Śrī-śuka Swahitam dvija-mukhyena Mataji. smayamāna uvāca brahmaṇyo brahmaṇaṁ kṛṣṇo bhagavān prahasan priyam prekṣan khalu satāṁ gatiḥ. Okay. śrī-śuka vāca. Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, saha, he, itthaṁ, in this manner, dvija, of brahmanas, mukhyena, with the best, saha, together, saṅkathayan, conversing, hariḥ, Lord Hari, sarva, of all, bhūta, living beings, manaha, the minds, bhijñaḥ, who knows perfectly, smayamāna, smiling, uvāca, said, tam, to him, brahmaṇyo, devoted to the brahmanas, brāhmaṇaṁ, to the brahmana, kṛṣṇo, Lord Krishna, bhagavān, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, prahasan, laughing, priyam, at his dear friend, premṇā, lovingly, nirīkṣaṇenaiva, with glance, eva, indeed, prekṣan, looking, khalu, indeed, satāṁ, of the saintly devotees, gatiḥ, the goal. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Okay, translation. Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, Lord Hari, Krishna, perfectly knows the hearts of all living beings, and he is especially devoted to the brahmanas. While the Supreme Lord, the goal of all saintly persons, conversed in this way with the best of twice born, he laughed and spoke the following words to that dear friend of his, the Brahmana, Sudama, all the while smiling and looking upon him with affection. Purport. According to Srila Śukadeva Gosvāmī, the words sarva-bhūta-mano bhijñaḥ indicate that since Lord Krishna knows the minds of everyone, he could tell at once that his friend Sudama had brought some flat rice for him and was ashamed to present it. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's further explanation of these words, Lord Krishna smiled at this moment, thinking, yes, I am going to make you show what you have brought for me. He smiled and turned into laughter as he thought, how long are you going to keep this precious gift hidden in your cloth? Krishna glanced towards the bundle hidden inside his friend's garment, telling Sudama by his loving glance, the veins showing through your emaciated skin and your ragged clothes astonish everyone present, but these symptoms of poverty will last only until tomorrow morning. Although Lord Krishna is Bhagavan, the Supreme Independent Lord, is always reciprocate with those who are priya, his cherished servants. As the indulgent patron of the Brahmana class, he especially enjoys favoring Brahmanas who are additionally qualified by unconditional devotion to him. Om ajnanatimidandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurmilitam yena tasmai shri guruve namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुवैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So I am very grateful and honored to be here. Special thanks to Dharmatma Prabhu and all the assembled devotees. Please bless me. I can discuss something on this wonderful section of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna Sudama Leela. So as we have been hearing 10th canto, which is full of nectar, Krishna's sweet pastimes. In the beginning of 10th canto we have Vrindavan pastimes, the sweetest of all the pastimes. Then Mathura, and now Dwarka pastimes are going on. And now Krishna has killed all the demons. So the killing of demons, the last chapter was chapter 78. After that there is no killing of demons. Now the last 10 chapters, they say very sweet pastimes of Krishna. So beginning with Sudama Leela, then we'll see Krishna meeting the Vrajvasis in Kurukshetra, the beginning of Rath Yatra. So all these pastimes will be there in this 10th canto, the last portion of 10th canto. So now we are hearing this wonderful pastime of Krishna and Sudama. I'm sure all of you know the story. But when we go deep and read verse by verse in Bhagavatam, we get so much more insight, and we relish the sweetness of this pastime. Like in today's purport, we saw the commentary of Sridhar Swami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So through the mind of the Acharyas, we relish more the pastimes of Bhagavatam. So what is going on now? So in the previous chapter, we heard that how Sudama, he never wanted to ask Krishna anything, right? But his wife sent him. So why his wife sent him? Did she want anything for herself? No, because she was a chaste woman and she couldn't see her husband starving and in this bad condition. For the pleasure of the husband, she told him, because she knew that he's such a selfless devotee, he will never go to ask anything from Krishna. So she somehow convinced him, okay, don't ask anything from him, at least go and see him. Don't you want to have darshan of Krishna? So of course, then he said, okay, let me go. At least I will have darshan of Krishna. So then finally he went, and we heard the story how he reached and how Krishna welcomed him. He ran and embraced him. He made him sit in his own bed, and how he washed his feet. Not only that, he sprinkled the water on his head. Imagine. Now how, so Krishna in this pastime, so many lessons Krishna is teaching all of us. That how to welcome a great brahmana or a great devotee. Lord himself said, I am ready to wash the feet of my devotee. That is Lord Krishna. And not only that, he sprinkled the water on his head. Just look at Krishna, how Bhakta Vatsal he is. He sprinkled the water which washed the feet of Sudama on his own head. And Rukmini Devi herself, she was doing the chamara, whisk. So we heard all this, and then how he was fed nice prasadam, and then Krishna and Balaram, they conversed with each other. What was the conversation? So Krishna started, oh, do you remember in our Gurukul days, just like when two students, they study in some school and they meet after many years. They discuss, oh, do you remember we used to study together, this teacher told us this, or how we played together. So like that, Krishna and Sudama, they're meeting after so many years. And that time there was no Facebook, no WhatsApp, no touch was there, right? So after so many years, they met each other. And they didn't even know whether they're married or not. So Krishna is telling Sudama, I hope you got married to a nice Brahmani. And then Krishna saw that, Sudama saw that, anyway, he already saw the queens of Krishna. He saw how his friend, is. So after so many years, they're meeting each other. And they spoke about how, and Krishna gives very valuable instructions in the previous chapter, that how he's saying about himself that I am more pleased, not by simply worshipping me, but one who worships his Guru. He pleases me the most. So he talks about the importance of following instructions of Guru and all that. So they have nice conversations. After that, now, in this chapter we'll see two important pastimes, that how Krishna took this flat rice which Sudama brought, and then when Sudama returns back to home, he sees that how his home was transformed into beautiful palaces and opulence. So all these things we'll see. So very interestingly, Sudama didn't even ask Krishna once that you give me something, right? He was just overwhelmed that, oh, my friend Krishna is so opulent, but still he is Dwarkadhish, I am such a pauper, I am a beggar, but he is honoring me so much, respecting me so much. So he was in that mood, and he was feeling so blissful to have darshan of Krishna. And he was feeling embarrassed. Imagine, you go to such a big person, and how can you present some very old bad gift? You can't, right? You will feel embarrassed. So Sudama was keeping that flat rice which he brought, and how it was packed in a small piece of cloth, in a torn cloth, it was just wrapped. And that Sudama was hiding within his clothes. And he was feeling very embarrassed. How can he give to Dwarikadhish this flat rice, broken flat rice? And that too, that flat rice was begged from others. When you beg things, I remember when I was a small child, in my house there used to be a can of, some rice which was very bad. We could not eat at home that kind of rice. And some beggars used to come sometimes, and we should give to the beggars, I lived in a small town in my childhood. So on Sundays, there was a fixed time the beggars used to come. I think all that tradition is lost now in Orissa. So that I remember in my childhood, there was a fixed time on Sunday morning, the beggars used to come to home, and there was a special bowl of rice which was all broken and bad rice to be given to beggars. So when we give someone, usually people when they give charity, they don't give the best thing, especially to beggars. So imagine wife of Sudama begged that rice from somebody else's house. So they must have given rejected rice, flat rice. So that rejected flat rice in a piece of torn cloth, how could Sudama give that to Krishna? Just think from Sudama's point of view. But then Krishna, he knew, he's Sarvagya. He knew that Krishna is carrying that gift for him. And Krishna wanted to relish that. So this is the point we'll discuss a little bit. That what does Krishna want? Is there something that Krishna needs? He is Lakshmipati, Bhoktaram Yakatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suridam Sarva-bhūta-mano Jnanpamam Shantim Richati. Krishna has everything. Everything belongs to him. Everything comes from him. Aham sarvasat prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samvita. Everything comes from Krishna. So is Krishna in need of something? Does he want something? No. Or yes? He doesn't want anything. But still there is one thing he wants. What is that? Yes, love of the devotee. That is all he wants. Nothing else. He has everything. In one lecture also Prabhupada was saying that Krishna has everything what he wants from you. No, we can't do anything. We can't give anything to him. So all he wants is love and devotion. And therefore, in this chapter, in the fourth verse you will see, Krishna will repeat as it is the words spoken in Bhagavad Gita. Only one verse is common in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Anyone knows that verse? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti uparitam asnami pretadmana. That's the only verse which is repeated as it is in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So when the first time I read this, I was because I never knew. I said, wow, this verse is exactly repeated. in Bhagavad Gita, and the same verse Krishna is saying that only thing in this verse, patram pushpam phalam toyam, 2 times the word, which word is coming twice? Bhaktya. Patram pushpam phalam. Patram means a leaf, pushpam means flower, phalam means fruits, and toyam means water. So Krishna is saying a devotee, can offer me any of these things, but yome bhaktya prayachati. That should be offered with devotion, bhaktya. Tad aham, and what I do to that? Bhakti uparitam, that same thing which has been offered with bhakti. So twice Krishna is repeating. With devotion and again with devotion. Bhaktya. Then what I do? Ashnami. Ashnami means I eat. Prayatatmana. From one who is pure consciousness. So this is a praman Krishna is saying, oh Sudama, don't worry. I am not looking at what thing you have. Krishna doesn't look at what thing, externally he doesn't look at what beautiful thing we are giving to him, or how much donation we are giving to him, or what seva we are doing to him. That is all external for Krishna. What he really looks is the mood with which we are doing that. This is a very, very important lesson for all of us. We may be doing some great service for Krishna, but Krishna is not pleased if that service is done in the mood of arrogance or pride. That doesn't please Krishna. We may do a small service, but if it's done with humility, with a feeling of devotion for the pleasure of Krishna, that is more dear to the Lord. This is what they point that Krishna wants to make by this pastime. He wants to show the world. That's why he was smiling. In this purport we see that why Krishna was smiling. Because he said, today I will show to the world that what gift you brought from me. How long you will keep this hidden, this precious gift hidden in your cloth. Krishna is eager to taste that broken piece of flat rice that Sudama has brought. And then another reason is saying that he was laughing because he thought that wait, today is the only day you are looking like this. Thin, emaciated, the veins are showing up, torn clothes. Today evening, by the time you go home, everything will have changed. So don't worry. So these are the reasons Krishna was thinking inside his mind, and he was smiling and then laughing. And then he will forcefully take the sweet, this broken piece of flat rice, and he will start eating it. We'll see in the next few verses. So this mood of Krishna, that how he is hungry, although Krishna is Atmaram, but he is hungry about one thing. He is hungry for love. In Hindi also they say, Bhagavān prem ke bhooke hain. He is hungry for love of devotee. That's all. Otherwise he is having everything. But he is hankering for that selfless love, that pure love of his devotees. That he relishes very much. So let us discuss some more pastimes. Of course, this pastime we have been reading about Sudama. That how Krishna relished his sweet flat rice. One more interesting thing which will come later in this chapter in the commentary by the Acharyas. And once I had heard this, that why Krishna was so indebted by this gift brought by Sudama. Can you guess the reason? Okay, that was with devotion. But why Krishna was thinking actually, another reason, why Krishna didn't give everything to Sudama in front of him. Why didn't he say, take this. So Krishna was also feeling more embarrassed. That my devotee, I'll tell you such a beautiful reason Acharyas gave. That Krishna was thinking, I have everything. So if I give something, that is not a big deal. Suppose a man has $1 billion, giving $1 million in donation is not a big thing. What's the problem? He has 1,000 million, he gave 1 million. But someone doesn't have anything, he borrows and gives you. That is something special, yes or no? So Krishna is thinking, I have everything, I'll give something to Sudama. That is not such a big deal. But Sudama doesn't have anything, he begged from someone else to give it to me. It's like someone giving donation by borrowing from someone. And you'll be surprised that some devotees actually do like this. They borrow from bank, they borrow from others to give donation. So imagine how much Krishna is pleased with devotees. They don't have, but for service of Krishna, they borrow and give to Krishna. I don't know, somebody was telling Ambarish Prabhu did something like that in TOVP in Mayapur, that he borrowed and then gave that big donation. Somebody was telling me. And I know Vedvyas Prabhu in Delhi also, I heard, when the Delhi temple was under construction, so he was very dear to Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He wanted the temple to be done quickly. So it seems he took loan from bank to give donation for temple completion. So like that, Sudama, he didn't have anything in his home, so he begged from outside to give it to Krishna. So Krishna was thinking, I cannot reciprocate with what he has done with me, because I am not begging from someone to give it to him. I have so much, I am giving something to him. But he has nothing, he begged from outside and giving. Are you understanding this point? What is the greatness of Sudama? Krishna is thinking within his mind that I cannot reciprocate with Sudama. I'll repeat this point once again. I hope all of you got, but just once again. Just think about this. Krishna is thinking that I am Lakshmipati, I have everything. Okay, something I'll give to my friend. But my friend has nothing, but for me he has begged from someone else and brought this flat rice. So that's why Krishna is feeling so eager to taste that. Let me taste this love of my devotee. And then Krishna forcefully takes that flat rice and starts eating. One handful. And he was about to eat the second handful, and Lakshmi Devi stopped him, Rukmini Devi. So now we'll discuss a few other similar pastimes where Krishna is eager to taste something offered by his devotee. Externally, it may be very simple or may not be worth eating, Somebody eats, even beggars will not eat dry poha, dry flat rice. We either, we'll have chuda, so we'll soak that in curd or condensed milk and, we eat, nobody will eat like that flat rice. Or poor man at least will soak in water, put some sugar and banana and eat. But Krishna directly he ate that flat rice, put in his mouth, and he relished it so much. So what is that he was relishing? This mood of Sudama, selfless, pure love of Sudama. And there are similar pastimes in our scriptures. Can you tell some other pastimes? One, Shuklambar Brahmachari. Have you heard of Shuklambar Brahmachari? No? Okay, let's discuss a little bit. Shuklambar Brahmachari, you must have heard closely, right? In Gaur Leela, he was a poor Brahmana, Brahmachari. He used to beg rice from others. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he loved him so much that just like he snatched from Sudama, once, he was doing Harinam, and Sudama also, Shuklambar Brahmachari also was doing Kirtan. As were absorbed in Kirtan, Mahaprabhu put his hand inside Shuklambar Brahmachari's bag and took out a palm full of broken pieces of rice and ate it with great satisfaction. He said, I have never relished such prasadam ever. That's exactly similar pastime. Just like here he is taking from Sudama, in Gaur Leela Mahaprabhu took from Shuklambar Brahmachari. Not only that, in Chaitanya Bhagavad there is a beautiful description in Madhya Leela, 16th chapter, that once Mahaprabhu told Shuklambar Brahmachari that I will come to your house to take prasad. Now imagine, a beggar's house, do we go, some very poor man invites us to his house for prasad, what he will feed me, We are a little hesitant. Some very rich man, okay, he'll prepare nice prasad, so we'll go there. Usually it happens, right? But Mahaprabhu is telling on his own, oh Shuklambar Brahmachari, you cook rice for me, I'll come to your home and eat. See? And Krishna, actually Mahaprabhu went. Shuklambar said, I'm a beggar, there is nothing in my home. He took bath, he purified his house, and he brought some banana stem and some rice and began cooking. While cooking, he was just chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Govinda Gopal. He was just remembering the holy names. He said, who am I to cook for Mahaprabhu? And as he was remembering the Lord, who came to do the cooking? Lakshmi Devi herself. She came and did the cooking. And then Mahaprabhu came and honored the prasad. He said, Shuklambar, I have never tasted such tasty prasadam ever. The prasadam that you are serving. Mahaprabhu was so pleased with Shuklambar's simple offering of rice and some banana, that trunk of the banana plant. Simple vegetable. Mahaprabhu was so pleased. It is said that Shuklambar Brahmachari was in Gaur Garnade's Deepika. It is said he was the Yagik, the Brahmana's wife, one of the, that pastime, that how the wives of Brahmanas, nearby it only happened that pastime, that how when Krishna's friends, they went to beg the Yagik Brahmanas, they said, no, we are doing sacrifice, we can't give. But the wives of Brahmanas, they took all the offerings and went to Krishna. So it is said that he is one of those wives of the Brahmanas. And so like that, Shuklambar Brahmachari pastime is so similarly, very similar to this Sudama's pastime. So it shows that Mahaprabhu he's not impressed by our wealth, other qualities, no. And Bhaktivedanta Thakur used to say that Mahaprabhu accepts, once in Chaitanya Bhagavat, this pastime is also there. He told that I will eat prasad only at the house of Lakpati. And those days Lakpati means today's billionaire. All the devotees are, we are poor. How will feed Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu said, Baba, Lakpati means one who chants 1 lakh holy names. That means 64 rounds is 1 lakh names. Then the devotees felt very happy. Oh, okay, we'll chant 64 rounds, we'll cook and invite Mahaprabhu. So Bhaktivedanta Thakur actually writes that Mahaprabhu accepts offering only by those devotees who chant 64 rounds. But then, what about us? But Srila Prabhupada is mercifully said, okay, 16. So because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy, Mahaprabhu will also accept offering from all of us, at least if we chant 16 rounds. So especially those who are cooking, please remember this pastime, that, unless we complete our 16 rounds, then Krishna will not accept, from our hand. So we must chant. So this pastime of Shuklambar Brahmachari is there. Any other pastime? 2-3 pastimes are coming to my mind. Yes, very nice. Vidurani, the wife of Vidura. Similarly, when Krishna went to Hastinapur, so Duryodhana had arranged big, huge feast. He thought, today I will show this cowherd boy. What is the feast in a king's palace? He was thinking, imagine his feelings. He was wanting to show off to Krishna. I will show him. He's a Gwalbal. I will show him what is the feast in a king's palace. So he ordered some thousands of preparations. And today I will show this Gwalbal the opulence of my palace. And Krishna knew his feeling. He said, I don't care about your offering. And where Krishna went? The house of Vidur. Unannounced. Randomly, directly he just went to his house. And there was nothing in his house. And Vidurani, the wife of Vidura, she welcomed Krishna and made him sit down. And now exactly what she fed, I have not read Mahabharata, but some devotees, somewhere it said she fed some to Krishna, he was happy. And sometimes also we have heard that she fed banana, but she was so much in ecstasy that she fed the peel of banana and the main banana she threw. Just like when we eat banana, we eat the main banana inside and throw the peel. But she was in so much ecstasy that she threw the main banana and fed the peel. And Krishna ate it with so much joy. So this beautiful pastime of Vidura and his wife, how they welcome Krishna at their home. Any other pastime? From Lord Ram's Leela? Yes, Sabari. Yes. Shabari, we have all heard this, that she was disciple of Matanga Muni. And Matanga Rishi said, don't worry, Lord Ram will come. And she had so much faith on the words of a spiritual master. Every day she should clean her house, her ashram, and she should wait. Today Lord Ram will come. And she should bring fresh berries and keep for Lord Ram. And decorate the path with nice flowers, keep a flower garland ready. And this she did for how many years? I don't know. Those are expert in Ramayana. For many, many years, every day she was doing like that. Because she had faith on the words of a spiritual master that Lord Ram will come one day to your ashram. And one day finally Lord Ram came with Lakshman and she welcomed, and then Lord Ram, and she started feeding berries to Lord Ram, and she wanted to make sure that the berries are sweet. So she herself tasted the berries and started feeding Lord Ram. Take this, sweet berry, take this. And Lord Ram was relishing so much. And Lakshman was sitting there. He was feeling awkward. Hey, what this lady is doing? She doesn't know that whom she is feeding, the Supreme Lord, and she is feeding her jutha. But of course, Lakshman, as younger brother, he could not say much. He was just sitting there. But Lord Ram was relishing the berries, the sweet. What was relishing? The love of Shabari. One more pastime in Mahaprabhu's Leela. Do you remember? Again, Mahaprabhu came and ate which pastime? From one devotee's house in Jagannath Puri. Sridhar Kolavesh, yes, that is also nice pastime. After Chandkazi pastime, he went to Sridhar Kolavech's house and he drank water from his pot. He had only one pot. With that, he used to do everything. Taking bath, going to washroom, and drinking water. Just one pot in his house. And from that pot, Mahaprabhu started drinking water. That's also nice pastime, yes. One more pastime. Raghunath Das Gosvāmī. Yes. He was so rich, born in such a big zamindar family. But then he left everything. Taktva turnam asesha mandalapatim shrenim sada tuchhava bhutva dina ganeshako karunaya kaupina kanthashrito gopi bhavara samritabdalahari kallola magno muho Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako. He left everything. Taktva Turnam Asesha Mandalapatim Shreni Sada Tuchhavat. He left everything. And his parents, his father kept some guards to guard him. But then he ran in the middle of the night. His father told his mother that if the greatest shackles in this material world is wealth and women. He was saying he has wealth like Indra, his wife is like Apsara. If they cannot bind him, what are ropes will bind him? So Raghunath Goswami left everything and he ran to Jagannath Puri. I think it took 12 days for him. He ran and met Mahaprabhu. He came to Jagannath Puri. In the beginning, he was begging alms outside Jagannath Puri temple. So Mahaprabhu asked Raghunath how he is eating. In the beginning, Mahaprabhu gave his own remnants to him every day. But after some time, he stopped coming to Mahaprabhu's house. Then Mahaprabhu asked Sarup Damodar, what Raghunath is eating these days? Then he said, Raghunath, he is thinking, he is feeling embarrassed every day coming to take your remnants. Now he has started begging outside Jagannath Puri temple. Mahaprabhu was very happy. Actually, Mahaprabhu is very happy when devotees live such simple life. Mahaprabhu said, good, he is a Vairagi, he should beg. So he was begging outside. Imagine, it's not easy. We are not able to imagine this. Son of a great zamindar. I mean, imagine some multi-billionaire. Now if he is asked to beg outside, how he will feel? But Raghunath Goswami was begging happily. After a few days, then Mahaprabhu asked, where is Raghu now? What is eating? Then Sarup Damodar said that he is not begging anymore. Why? Because he feels begging is not such a good thing. Because you are expecting, oh, this person will give me today. Oh, he gave me yesterday. Why he didn't give today? So he was saying it's a mental disturbance. He said he stopped begging. So where is he eating now? He's eating at Food for Life counter. Every day we have khichdi distribution. So like that, in every dham there is some free prasad distribution. So he is going there. So Mahaprabhu was very happy. Okay, good. His renunciation increasing day by day. So he was taking food at that Food for Life counter. After a few days, Mahaprabhu asked, how is Raghu now? Where is he eating? No, he stopped going there also. What is he eating now? He's saying he goes outside Jagannath Puri temple. There is a place where after the rice is spoiled or any leftover rice, they throw it there. So, and the cows eat it. And after the cows also stop eating, there's some, spoiled rice lying there. He goes and collects rice from that place. and he's bringing to his home, and he's washing it, and he's eating it. Mahaprabhu was very happy. Then one day he went to Raghunath Goswami's house. Raghunath, he brought those spoiled rice. He washed it nicely with water 2-3 times. Took away the outer portion, there was inner portion of rice. And with little water, he mixed that and some salt, and he was eating that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and put his hand inside that pot of Raghunath Das Goswami and took a handful of rice in his mouth. And Raghunath said, "Stop it, my lord, what are you doing? This is not fit for you to eat." But Mahaprabhu was so happy, he said, "I have never tasted prasadam which is so delicious like what I am tasting today." And he was again about to eat second time, and Sarup Damodar stopped his hand. Just like in this pastime, when he wanted to eat second time, Rukmini Devi stopped him. So in that Mahaprabhu's pastime, Sarup Damodar requested, "Oh my lord, please, it's enough. You have taken one handful. Please don't take more." So what was Mahaprabhu relishing? Relishing the pure devotion of Raghunath Goswami, specifically his vairagya. There's a verse, Mahaprabhu Bhakta Gane Vairagya Pradhan Ja Dekhi Prita Haya Gaur Bhagavan. Dharma Prabhu also has that renunciation. But many of all the brahmacharis, all the devotees, those who are sitting here, we all of you have this vairagya bhav. And this is what pleases Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu Bhakta Gana Vairagya Pradhan. I am not a vairagi, but at least for those of you who are following this vairagya dharma, it's very dear to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu is very pleased. Therefore it is said, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Sikshartheka Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari Kripam Badastam Aham Prapadye. This verse was composed by Sarvam Bhattacharya. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Sikshartheka Purusha Purana. That Mahaprabhu, Sarvam Bhattacharya is saying, is Krishna himself. He came to preach Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti. So this Bhakti and Vairagya, they go together. So that is what Mahaprabhu, he came to teach us. Actually, there are some devotees who are like Sakam devotees, like the demigods, those who want material opulence, and they are devotees also. But Mahaprabhu didn't come to teach that kind of Bhakti. He came to teach Bhakti with Vairagya Bhav. That pleases Mahaprabhu very much. And this is what we see. Even Sudama, he had that Vairagya Bhav. Otherwise, he could have gone before also to ask Krishna. No, he was happy in his poverty. He was relishing his poverty. He didn't want anything from Krishna. But his wife forced him to come. And even after coming, he didn't ask anything from Krishna. That is what is a Vairagya devotee. And this is what the Lord feels very happy. As in the case of Raghunath Das Goswami also, he relished the flat rice from Sudama Brahman. He relished the broken rice from Shuklambar Brahmachari. And he relished the water from the pot of Kholava Sridhar. And Lord Ram enjoyed the berries given by Shabari. So in all cases, what was Lord accepting? Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhakta Prayachati Tadham Bhaktya Uparitam Asnami Prayatatmana. Lord accepts only devotion, nothing else. Therefore he is called Bhavagrahi Janardana. That is all he accepts. He doesn't look at externalities. He is looking at an internal bhav. There's a nice verse in Chaitanya Bhagavat. This I've heard from Bhakti Swamin Maharaj. He quotes often. Murkho vadati Vishnaya Pandita vadati Vaishnave. Ubhaya sama punyam kritva. I'm not able to remember the exact words. Bhavagrahi Janardana. Because those who are not learned in Sanskrit, like we say Krishnaya Namah. But for Vishnu, we cannot say Vishna, it will be Vishnave. But those who are not so learned, they may say Om Vishnaya Namah. But for Krishna, it doesn't make any difference. Somebody says Vishnaya Namah or Vishnave Namah. What he looks at is Bhavagrahi Janardana. What is the bhav with which he is chanting that? So this is what we learn from this pastime, bhavagrahi Janardana. He is looking at the bhav. That is what pleases Krishna more. He is not attracted by externalities. That is why he says, patram pushpam phalam tom yome bhaktaya prechati. Tadam bhakti uparitam ashnami pretatmana. I accept that devotion. And one more pastime we discussed today was Vidura's pastime. So all these beautiful pastimes in Gaur Leela, Krishna Leela, in Ram Leela, they all tell us the same thing, that Krishna is bhavagrahi. He relishes the mood of his devotee, not the external things that we give to him. With what mood we are giving to him, that is what is more pleasing to the Lord. And like that, there's so many stories of Lord Jagannath also, that how one devotee, Dasya Bauri, he brought some mangoes for the Lord, and then the Lord, something happened, I mean, long story, but the Lord accepted those mangoes from him. The pujari said, there was something, he said, okay, I'll offer from here only. Looking at the chakra and offering those mangoes, the mangoes flew in the air, vanished. And later, inside Jagannath's altar, they found the peel of the mango, the seed of the mango, everything. So Jagannath accepted those mangoes. So because Lord is always bhavagrahi. So these are some of my thoughts on today's verse. Any comments, any pastimes? So we as devotees also, we can slowly develop this, can always be conscious of this fact that we may do great services, but we should always think that Lord is happy with, by what, whether we are having that service attitude while we are doing that activity. That is more important. Then Lord is pleased. He is not pleased with service rendered with a mood of pride or arrogance. That is not so pleasing to the Lord. With what mood we are doing that service. Okay? So thank you very much. Any questions, any comments?
There is one beautiful pastime in Gaur Leela.
Yes.
When Jagadananda Pandit, he brought the sacred oil.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
As a sannyasi, he was hesitating to accept.
Right.
And then because of that, Jagadananda Pandit, he became very upset and then he closed himself in a room.
Right. Yeah, Dharmapur is mentioning a nice pastime of Jagadananda Pandit, that how he also brought with love sandalwood oil, carried personally from Bengal to Orissa, but Mahaprabhu didn't accept. So that's a very high pastime, because he is like Satyabhama. So internal, the eternal concerts of the Lord. So her mood was different. So his mood, he became a little upset that why Krishna not accepting, and he threw that. And then later Mahaprabhu, he just went inside his room. After 2-3 days, then Mahaprabhu came, knocked at his door, said, I want to eat prasad at your home today. Then he got up and cooked and he offered feast to the Lord. Lord is very happy to accept prasad from his pure devotees. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Sudama was a Brahmin, he was a devotee, he was a child friend of Krishna. So why he has to suffer so much?
Very nice question. Thank you. Very nice question, that he being a friend of Krishna, childhood friend of Krishna also, he was so much poor, suffering so much. You are thinking he was suffering. He was not suffering, he was in ecstasy. Suffering or happiness is a state of mind. Somebody may be having a big palace, big cars, but why they do suicide? Because they're suffering inside. Sudama was poor from outside, but he was blissful inside. That's point number 1. Point number 2, very nicely it is explained, that there are some devotees, those who don't want any riches. They hate sense gratification. So therefore Krishna doesn't force sense gratification for them. So Sudama was that kind of devotee who liked that lifestyle. He was very happy in that poor condition. He was able to chant Krishna's names, remembering Krishna all the time. Therefore Krishna didn't want to disturb his mood. But then his wife forced, then he came, then Krishna said, okay, he has come to me, so let me give him. Right? So please don't think that devotees are suffering. Prahlad Maharaj, did he suffer when Hiranyakashipu tried to kill him? No. So suffering is a state of mind. Okay? Sudama was always blissful. When he was staying in a small hut, or later when Krishna built big palace for him. Srila Prabhupada also, when he was staying in a small room in Radha Damodar, or later his disciples built big houses, palace in West Virginia for him. Didn't matter. For pure devotees, whatever condition they are in, it's the same for them. Okay? Hare Krishna. ग्रंथा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे।